Hey Juventini, welcome back to the All Juve Cast channel, where of course it's all Juve all the time. I'm Alberto. It's October 31st. That's right. Happy Halloween. Here's your Halloween edition of the news, and we have a lot to talk about when it comes to Juventus. All right, player statuses. The injury list is growing by the second for Juventus. Okay, so major problems for them in a big week, especially with the Inter match ahead. All right, so we're gonna get into all the statuses, what it looks like for Juventus heading into PSG on Wednesday, and then of course the big Inter match on the weekend. So let's get into this. Alright, Juventini, friendly reminder to please like the video and of course subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Alright, now let's get to the news. Alright, so as far as the rumor mill goes, there are some rumors and they are not pleasant, and again, you just take everything with a grain of salt, but one we kind of knew about, and that's Mudryk. Everybody's getting their sights set on Mudryk right now in Europe. Juventus was obviously reported to be keeping tabs on the player. Look, it's being reported his price tag is going to be far out of reach for Juventus, so Mudryk will not be coming to Juventus. Don't get your hopes set on that. All right, now the interesting one when we look at this is Sergej Milinkovic-Savic continues to be this piece and this dream piece for Juventus. The latest rumors and reports in the rumor mill are that Juve is going to go all out in the summer, trying to bring Sergej Milinkovic-Savic and Bastoni in for Antonio Conte, to entice him to make the all-out assault to bring Antonio Conte back to Juventus. Take that rumor with a grain of salt, as well as all of them, okay? But this is what's floating around there outside in the Juventus world, okay? And then as far as another rumor, this one, again, Eden Hazard has been listed as a name to potentially replace Di Maria after this season, as the player's going to look for a change from Real Madrid. Yeah, let's leave that one alone. All right, now let's get to the big topic right now with Juventus, and this is the continuation of struggles with injuries, okay? Paul Pogba has suffered problems as of yesterday, okay, and he's got an issue. He's gone under evaluation today. He is going to be out for another 15 days, minimum 10 to 15 days. All right, his World Cup is very much becoming doubtful now for the player, and this is extremely frustrating. But you know what, when you're going through recovery and everything with injuries, there is tension put on other muscles, other items, and unfortunately for us, this is it. Is it a problem with our training, our medical staff, and everything like that? Well, look at our list right now. Look at muscular problems and whatnot. His injury was not a problem, as it was something that was unlucky due to the game. However, in recovery, not keeping tabs on the other muscles and extra strain that's being put on them, it's being reported that it's from the long amount of time being sit out and then too much load coming back. That kind of leans towards the training staff and them in the recovery. But again, you just take it with a grain of salt. Weston McKennie is added to the list of players out for Juventus. Danilo is suspended for tomorrow's match against PSG. Rugani has some type of viral infection. He is added to the list of players being out. All right, so it is not looking pretty for PSG. Nobody returns other than Locatelli, who was only out for the weekend's match against Lecce due to personal reasons, okay, family reasons. Now, if you look at the whole group of players that is out tomorrow, it is Vlahovic, Di Maria, Chiesa, Marliake, Caio Jorge, Danilo, Rugani, Paredes, McKennie, Iling Jr., Pogba, and then you have De Sciglio and Bremer as well. De Sciglio, today the reports are you will not see him in 2023, period. Okay, it's going to go into next season for De Sciglio. Very negative reports on his status, okay? In terms of PSG, none of those that I just listed are going to be in that match, all right? For Inter, Chiesa is being reported around November 10th now, okay? He's on a day-to-day thing, but right now, November 10th. And to be honest, with what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing coming out of this staff, this medical issues, I don't want him rushed. I would almost get a second opinion before this guy touches the field. I would also burn J Medical to the ground and scorch the earth below it just for good measure, okay? Absolutely dreadful, this team and injuries. And this year has been absolutely brutal. Just when you think it can't get worse from one season to the next with injuries, it's by far reached worse circumstances, okay? Chiesa won't be back for this week. PSG or even Inter being reported now, okay? For Inter, possibilities for Di Maria and Bremer, both partially trained with the club today, okay? So there you have it. Perin set to start against PSG. The rest of the lineup, this is how it's shaping up to round out. And it's going to be Gatti, Bonucci, and Sandro with Quadrado, Miretti, Locatelli, Rabiot, and Kostic across the midfield. Obviously 3-5-2. Milik up top with one of Keane or Sule playing amongst them. And honestly, there's not a whole lot of options outside of that when you look at how many players we are missing. And depth's going to come into the question. This match, pride's on the line. You want to upset PSG, maybe make them be the team that doesn't make them win the group and try to get into Europa for the finances and whatnot. But it is going to be a big uphill climb for Juventus. All right, that's your news break to October 31st. Happy Halloween, everybody. Like the video, of course, subscribe, but more importantly, drop your comments on where you stand with this medical staff, this team right now in this crisis, and how you're feeling going into this weekend, because Inter is the big matchup. I get it, PSG. You want to try to get Europa League for the finances and everything. I think this team would benefit personally from focusing domestically. And at some point in the line, you're going to have to sacrifice finances. I said this before. I'd bite the bullet on Max Allegri. I thought there was a time to make a move there. You didn't do it. You're not sacrificing finances. Here, Europa, Inter's the big one. Juventus sits 2 points away from them in the standings. They got very close with 3 straight wins in Serie A. We have to get the job done in Serie A. We have to make it into top 4. But the Inter is going to be a big one, and Max Allegri absolutely needs his team to win a big match domestically, all right? Because his big match record since returning is abysmal. All eyes are going to be on the weekend, but we'll take Wednesday against PSG and see what happens, and we're going to be live for Match Day Live for that one too. Everybody, drop your thoughts, comments, opinions. Can't wait to mix it up with you. Fino alla fine, forza Juve. Ciao tutti.